Hey everyone, and welcome to our network. This is the Magical Miracle Network. My name is Ruth Perkinson, and I'm super excited. We are all here together today for this beautiful message for all light workers out there on the earth plane at this time. And because we are in what we call a Holy Week, a lot of people around the world are practicing this, looking at this. Some people are, some people aren't, but a lot of us are. And so I wanted to come in today with a short teaching that might be helpful for all of us as light workers to stay on track, to stay with spirit as you walk through this world. It's so important to stay in that zone of spirit. And I always say on this channel that the thought always comes first. You're either thinking with spirit or you're thinking with the ego. And that thought always comes first. The ego will separate and the spirit will unite. And so this is a practical tip for all of us today to stay in alignment with spirit and have this as a running dialogue in your mind as you move through your day to help you stay in that loving mode and that forgiving mode. And in A Course in Miracles this week, he's talking about, are we giving our brothers and sisters a crown of thorns and keeping them guilty, or are we giving them a bouquet of lilies and forgiving them? And so what we want to do is obviously look at the lilies, because this is a week of resurrection in the world of form as we appear to be here. So this might be helpful to you guys as you move through this world. This is a beautiful statement, and I'm going to put it up here in the video. And I'm always writing down diagrams and using just really brief practical examples. So you can stop the video and write this down. And this is dialogue. When you choose love in your mind or forgiveness, you can say to yourself or to the beings in front of you, you are a spirit. You are whole and innocent. You are a spirit. You are whole and innocent. So you're joining in the mind with yourself and with that being. Your higher self is joining with your own mind and with the mind of those beings you see out there in front of you. And you want to do it with everyone, not only the people you like, but the people that you might have challenges with. It doesn't matter who they are, whether it be in your natal family or a politician or something from your past. If it comes up in your mind and it causes you an upset, you want to stop yourself and you want to get into the zone of spirit, and you want to remind you and that being, regardless of what happened, that you are a spirit, you're whole and you're innocent, and you're forgiving them and releasing them from any of that dark psychic debris held in the Akashic record of your mind and in their mind. And it's super helpful to heal the collective unconscious, subconscious, and conscious mind, which is all of it in this soup of madness that we appear to be in. If you choose the ego as your teacher or the teacher of fear, what you're doing to yourself, because we're always attacking ourselves, if we are attacking anybody out there in front of us, you're truly attacking yourself, okay? And so what fear does when you choose the teacher of fear, you are calling somebody something, and we can fill in the blank here. Think you're driving down the road, or you're at the supermarket, or you're having a problem with a friend or a neighbor, it doesn't matter. And you call them a name. You call them, you can fill in the blank here. You call them a jerk, you call them an idiot, you call them stupid, you call them less than, whatever. Fill in the blank with any seventh grade motto you can think of. Remember back in seventh grade when we were just, always like trying to be king of the hill and pushing people off the hill. This is what the ego does. It's always trying to divide and separate. So when you call somebody in your mind or even verbally, even if you're by yourself in the car, when you call them something, that thought is literally going back to you. It's literally going back to you. And you are separating, you are calling out that person as separate from you. You're calling out that person as divided, and you're making that person guilty. And guilt and fear binds the world. Fear binds the world. Always. It binds you to this world, but forgiveness will set you free. Let's look back to the great teachers. Forgiveness will set us all free. And forgiveness is that basket of lilies you're giving to yourself and to everyone out there. So just as a reminder, uh, you're choosing the teacher of love or forgiveness, which is the Holy Spirit thought system. And just remember that you're saying to yourself, you are a spirit and you're whole and you're innocent. And you're sending that message out and you are forgiving that being out there in your mind. And that thought is literally going to that being, and it's also coming back to you. And the higher court of the Holy Spirit is dismissing every single case you brought against yourself or you brought against someone else. And how does that get dismissed? It's by you joining with spirit, you activating your mind with spirit each and every day as best you can, and staying in the zone of spirit, because the power of your decision-making mind is the one remaining freedom you have as a prisoner of this world. The power of your decision-making mind is your one remaining freedom as a prisoner of this world. So remember, your mind is way more powerful than anything you see here. It's more powerful than this body. This body is nothing. It's a temporary meat suit. And as when I transition down the road, I'll just take it off like a coat and I'll go into spirit. And if I have to come back, I will. It doesn't really matter because spirit's in charge of that. But what we want to really identify is that the cause of the madness down here is our collective choice for fear and sin and guilt. That sin, guilt, fear scenario keeps replaying itself and it keeps us in a loop. But forgiveness is that spiral that undoes time and sets us free. And so when you really begin to see yourself as whole and innocent and everyone else as whole and innocent, then you are on track to waking up yourself from this, what I call this terrible, awful dream of separation, into the happy dream of unity and innocence and love. And it really is worth going for, because truly you are holy and you are a beautiful spirit. And I just wanted to remind everyone of that today, that that's who you are, and keep reflecting that in everything that you think, everything that you say, and everything that you do. And yes, it's challenging. It is challenging here. But when you're challenged, that means class is in session. If you're challenged by a friend, if you're challenged by a neighbor, challenged by a family member or a coworker, it's not up to them. It's up to you. That's the message. It's up to you. Give yourself this week the lilies of forgiveness. Give everyone out there the lilies of forgiveness. And we are resurrecting the split mind back from separation into unity. And we can't do it without you. You are essential to God's plan for salvation. And we're relying on you to do the beautiful work of healing your own split mind. And you can do it. I know you can. You're a beautiful light worker. So thank you so much for subscribing, for sharing, for making a comment on this channel. We are a beautiful network based on A Course in Miracles. And we're trying to just, send the message out to everyone who might be interested that this is a beautiful thought system that's been gifted to the world the last 50 years. And so I'm so grateful that it's come in to really help us wake up. If you've got that book in your orbit, use it practically and wisely and be that light worker that you've always been destined to be. God bless you. Thank you to the 165 subscribers to this channel. And I'll see everyone very soon in the next video. Happy Easter, and God bless all of you. Take care.